Oh, yeah! You know what time it is. That's right, it's time for the Eddie and Webby Podcast! Yo, I'ma bust out some theme song action for you. Check it out. The Eddie and Webby Show is the place to be. They're talking about beer and pickleball and technology. So if you didn't know, now you know. 'Cause it's time for the Eddie and Webby Show.
On today's episode, Eddie and Webby run a marathon. This is the Eddie and Webby Podcast.
Hey, just because I got a brand new webcam set up, it doesn't mean I care about you any less, all right? Oh, hey, how's it going? This is Webby, not Eddie.
And I'm Eddie, and this is our 68th podcast.
Oh, yeah, episode number 68, and we have an awesome show in store for you guys. In just a few minutes, we'll be joined by a couple legends in the sport of pickleball, and I am very excited about it.
I am very excited about it as well. I'm also very excited about the fact that we are live. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Facebook. And for the three people that care, I said it, 3. We're live on Twitch, and we appreciate you guys. This show is meant to be interactive, so if you have questions or comments, make sure you throw them down there in whichever platform you're watching us on. Right, Webby?
That is correct. Yeah, we love to interact, so please feel free to interact with us.
That's right. We're going to be doing dinking around after the show, guys. We haven't done it in a long time, so for those of you that are so excited about that, make sure you stick around for after the show. Right after the podcast ends, we're going to be going into our post-podcast show, so definitely stick around for that. And before we bring our guests on tonight, Webby, I got a question for you.
What's that?
What's going on in Twitter?
Oh, man, Twitter has been off the hook lately. Let me pull up Twitter real quick here, read a few tweets. Here is one from Brad A. Shonk. He says, Eddie and Webby, great podcast with Joey Farias. I loved the flow of the podcast. Joey seems like an awesome guy. Well, nice. Thank you, Brad. That's a great comment. Very nice. And yeah, Joey is an awesome guy. That was I had a lot of fun talking to Joey.
Yeah, that was a good time, man. Kind of going a little bit off topic of pickleball and talking about, his life on the road I thought was interesting.
Yeah, super, super interesting. Got a lot of great feedback on that. Let's do another tweet here. Here's one from Andre the Baron. They say, Eddie and Webby, shout out to Joey Farias for just drinking straight bourbon on the show. Hashtag pickleball, hashtag bourbon. And he's got a nice picture there. But yeah, that was pretty cool that he did that. That was fun.
Straight up bourbon, man. We love it.
Nice. All right, let's do one more tweet here on Twitter. Here's one from Jabba the Shut Up. I'm glad Eddie and Webby stopped doing their stupid dinking around show. They must have finally realized nobody cares what they have to say. Good riddance and good day. Oh, come on.
After I just announced that we're going to be doing dinking around, right?
Yeah, I hate to break it to you, Jabba, but we're doing dinking around tonight, boy.
Right. Whether you like it or not, Jabba, we're doing it, buddy.
But yeah, that's it for Twitter. And I say we get the show on the road. What do you think?
I think we should do it.
Yeah, I feel like nobody really cares what we have to say. People want to hear from our special guests, and to say that I'm excited about tonight's guests would be a huge understatement. We are joined by not one, but 2 legends in the sport of pickleball. Not only is one of them in the Pickleball Hall of Fame, but together they form one of the most successful and most loved duos in pickleball history. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Jennifer Lucore and Alex Hamner. How's it going?
Hey. We're doing great.
Nice. This truly is an honor to have you both join us today. So thank you very much for taking time out of your busy schedules to hang out with us. And in fact, I've heard that not counting Eddie and Webby, you guys are one of the most loved duos in pickleball history. What do you think about that?
I don't know.
We're probably way behind you guys, though.
Yes. Yeah. We definitely like to have fun. So on the fun factor, I think we like to high number.
That sounded bad. Maybe she does. I know.
Yeah.
Nice. And here's proof. Glenn Lucy's tuning in, and he says, my favorite girls.
Oh,
nice.
Nice.
So anybody that tunes into our show regularly knows that we can't really get things started until we crack open a tasty adult beverage. So I think now is a great time to do that. I hope neither of you mind that we do that right now.
That'd be great because I'm thirsty.
And
Nice.
I wouldn't let Jennifer drink until I got to show the mass number of crowds that we have watching a few things.
Okay.
So we're going to start with this one because if you know me, like some people do, that I'm not much of a cook. So I have that towel about clearly I should stay out of the kitchen. It's my little pickleball towel. And that was hiding an old trophy at Tournament of Champions.
Oh,
back
that's
in
the
the day.
day off. Yes.
So I thought if Jennifer wanted a beer, she could have it in one of our
There you go.
prizes from
Very
years
nice.
gone by.
She's been dusting stuff off.
Yep. And then I have another one of these fun pickleball towels. This one is obviously food, shelter, pickleball. It's what,
Yes. Okay.
you know, all the necessities in life. And that was hiding, not a prize, but something that I did pick up at a Nationals. I don't know if you can see it, but it says, it's the Nationals logo on the wine glass and all that. So if Jennifer wanted wine,
So all of your stemware is from pickleball.
right. Just like all of my husband's T-shirts are from the pickleball
Okay.
tournaments.
Okay. Now we know how we
Nice.
roll there.
And then if she wanted a White Claw, I just had a glass.
Oh,
That,
no. I'll take the beer.
She could do that. So, all right.
Awesome.
So she chose beer. So what else we do frequently
What am I doing?
is we don't drink a whole lot.
Stop.
So we just share one.
So here you go.
So,
Oh wait, you got. We wait for these guys
Oh,
because it is
Hey,
their
guys.
show.
okay.
So we'll take over.
I'm drinking out of the wine glass then.
Okay.
No, feel free to take over. I love it. But yeah, there's
No.
proof that you guys are a great team. You even share drinks together. That's great.
There's a lot of stories about that, but we'll let you get your cocktail first.
All right. Don't mind if I
Cocktail
do. So
napkin? Wait, you got to see
Would,
my
uh,
cocktail.
Oh,
napkin.
Alex isn't done yet.
I'm
Sorry.
not done.
Okay,
Look at
no,
me,
go
look
for
at
it.
me. Along with the I should stay out of the kitchen is I have a cocktail napkin that says, if I had a cooking show, it would be called Do You Smell Something Burning?
There you go. Okay.
So there we go.
Nice.
That's our cocktail napkin.
Nice.
Nice. So what I will be drinking tonight is something from a local brewery called Big Lake Brewing, and it's called Fudgy Kruger Oatmeal Stout. And I will admit, I'm a
Ooh.
sucker. I'm a sucker for good labeling and clever names. So I bought this specifically because of the name of it and the fact that it has a character called Fudgy Kruger on it. So this is an oatmeal stout that I'm
Nice.
very excited to drink. What about you, Eddie? Are you going to be drinking anything this evening?
I am, of course, I am. And actually, this is a blast from the past. This is from episode maybe 14 when we had our first guest host on. When we had Glenn on, and we drink Guebera from Cigar City Brewing. It's one of my favorites. I would say twice a year. I see this at Publix. I pick it up, and I'm always a fan of it. So that's what I will
Nice.
be enjoying tonight.
Yeah, I love that one. That was a great one. But yeah, cheers to a very fun night. This is going to be awesome. And,
Cheers,
you guys.
This thing's huge.
You can do it.
Nice.
Yes, mine is very tasty as well. I'm going to be enjoying that throughout the evening.
Look at that oatmeal.
so-
That's kind of like a meal.
yeah, there we go. Yeah, and you can have it for breakfast if you want. It's in the name,
beer for
oatmeal
breakfast,
stout.
Exactly.
So before I ask this first question, since you're both very competitive individuals, I'd like you to play a game of rock, paper, scissors against each other to determine who answers it first. So go ahead
All
and
right.
do that, and we'll see who goes first.
Wait, do you go 1, 2, 3 and show it, or 1, 2 show it?
She's
I
like
usually
the
show it on
total
the
rule
third.
girl.
I usually go
On the third.
1, 2, show. That's what I do anyway.
All right.
Ready?
See, that's a good question.
Ready? One.
Oh,
Okay,
I thought
ready?
they were counting for us. You
Oh.
can't.
Ready? 1, 2, show. Winner.
All right, so Jennifer is the winner. So I'm going to ask you something I'm pretty sure that you have never been asked before. So how did you first get into pickleball?
Winner is answering first.
That's right.
Yes. Yes. Okay. So I got into pickleball because of my parents, Bob and Bev Youngren, who've been playing pickleball since the late, like 1995. So they live in Surprise, Arizona now. And so they've been playing. And so for years, my brother and I would just pretty much make fun of my parents for playing this game with the silly name. And then I kind of got sucked in 2009-ish, I think. And then told Alex about it, and kind of here we are. So yeah, so it's definitely my parents' fault.
Nice. And so Alex, so Jennifer told you about it. That was the first time you ever heard about it. Is that right?
Well, actually, I have a good friend named Jennifer. Not this one. Gets confusing sometimes.
Oh, okay. All right.
But she had mentioned it because her in-laws would travel to these Thousand Trails places, and she had told me that there was pickleball, and of course I didn't know what she was talking about. And then I would hear it from Jennifer when we were on the tennis court sometimes, saying her parents were at pickleball.
Right.
And then finally, like she said, she dragged me out after about a year after she started playing a little bit, and there we go.
And I'll finish her story for her. She played like 3 months, and then I said, Alex, there's this tournament I think we should play together, and it's called Nationals, and it's in Buckeye, Arizona, and I think we should go. So she's like, all right. So it was like a road trip, and then her first Nationals, she got silver in the Open Senior Mixed.
Senior.
I'm sorry, not senior. Yeah, senior now, not then.
Senior moment right there.
Senior moment. So she got silver, and then she's up on the medal stand, and they give her a check, and it was $250. And having her profession in numbers and accounting and tax and et cetera, she's like, oh my God, this is so cool. You get paid for playing. So we pretty much haven't stopped since then.
Yeah. Had no idea I could win some money.
That's awesome. For anybody that's tuning in that's not aware, in 2014, Jennifer and Alex actually won the USA National Championships Open Doubles for the 4th year in a row, which is an absolutely amazing accomplishment. Do any of those 4 victories stand out to you as being your favorite?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a hard one.
Well, of course, the first, because you're like, oh my God, we won.
Because we got 4th our first year.
Right.
And we thought we could do better than that. So.
Right. So, of course, I would say as the years went on, this performing and like trying to do it again. And I remember the big, we had some shirt, we did a 3-peat, and that was like, we did some fun pictures with 3 and the medals, and we're like, oh my God, we have arrived. And then the next year we got 4, and then I don't know, something next year, and then we won again the next year. But I don't know. Does one stand out for you?
No, I don't know.
Well, they're all.
I haven't thought. Yeah, was that, or I don't always go. Oh, and then this year,
right.
So actually, but I couldn't tell you what year it was. But I remember watching the bronze medal match, and the gals that won that bronze medal match, meaning, they were going to be playing in the finals against us, as I'm hanging on the fence watching the game, they were so happy afterwards, and they were congratulating themselves. And the one says to the other, "We did it. We made it. We won that, and we made it to the finals." And I turned to Jennifer and I said, "I think we just won the finals."
Exactly. Yeah.
Because their goal apparently had been to make it to finals.
Right.
And instead of, yay, we won this one, let's do another, we've got one more, let's win that.
Right.
And sure enough, we won it. So I don't know. That always just kind of stuck in my mind. Like, just look at the map, make that your final destination.
Right. Lesson learned for all you players out there. You want to win the finals, not just get to the finals.
Exactly.
That's right.
Much more succinct the way you said it.
Yeah, definitely some great advice. Try to win in the finals. Don't just get to the finals. Win in the finals.
No trying. You will. I mean, you're there to give up your whole day. Yeah. It's not like, I wonder if we will. You're like, heck yeah. You took off work and we traveled. You're in, every game for sure.
Very nice. So I have a ton of questions that I would love to ask you both. But I know you guys are on a time crunch, and we actually have a bunch of other people that have some great questions for you, and I want to make sure we get to all their questions. So I think now would be a great time to get right to one of our favorite segments, and that is pros asking pros questions. And this first question comes from somebody that you are both very familiar with, and somebody who was actually recently on our podcast. And here's a question from Rusty Howes.
Hey, Jen and Alex. A lot of people don't know I own a lot of harmonicas and sort of know how to play it. I think Wes Gabrielson does too. Anyway, besides pickleball, what do you guys enjoy doing?
You go first.
No.
You go first. Hello to Rusty. Okay, I would say I'll go first. For what I also enjoy doing, I like being up in the mountains, fishing. I like fishing and kind of the nature stuff. Even though I live in Oceanside, right, and I see the ocean, I rarely go there, but I do. So I like the mountain stuff. Whereas you, what do you like, Missy?
This is one of the actually kind of many very opposite things about Jennifer and I is that I really like the ocean. So I like to go to the beach. I like to walk at the beach. I like the beach. Anything with the beach and the sand and the waves, I'm pretty much good.
And the traveling?
Meh.
To the beach, to her local beach. She's content. And I'm like, I think I need to go to another country. That sounds fun. And she'll say, oh my God, that sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm like, better you than me.
Yeah.
But I'll travel to a pickleball tournament. That travel sounds good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I can definitely relate to that. I love traveling for pickleball tournaments. So
I'll also say that I did not know Rusty played the harmonica. So learned that.
Wow, that's such a talented guy.
Yeah, I didn't know that either. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel like we need to see this. Like he needs to do a video or something and prove how good he is on the harmonica here. We got to see this. Come on, Rusty.
Makes me wonder if we want to hear it, but we at least want to see
it. Yeah. Nice. All right, so this next question, it comes from another legend in the world of pickleball. Here's one from Wes Gabrielson.
Hey, Jen and Alex, Wes here. Hope you guys are doing well. I've got a couple of questions for you. First of all, what is your favorite tournament to play in throughout the year?
Oh, you go first.
Great question.
That is a great question.
Hello to Wes, too. Yeah. Love that guy.
And I got to partner with Wes for, I don't know, a year, half a dozen tournaments, something like that. So that was a lot of fun. Nice to see. Thanks for. I pretty much like all the tournaments. U.S. Open is just a lot of fun overall, and fun atmosphere and all of that. Nationals will always hold a place near and dear to my heart since it's the first one, and we've had so much success there.
Right.
So I would have to say maybe a toss-up between those two for just really different reasons.
Yeah, I probably would have historically, because I kind of like pickleball history, that it was like the first one. It was the only one, right? The big nationals in 2009 that started for our sport, and then each year it's grown, and tons of volunteers that got it going and made it happen. So I think that one's awesome. But it's really cool. We talked earlier before we went on air about the new pro series or pro tours, and so many more tournaments that are coming up, and it's just all of them are just awesome for our sport and letting more people know and play that just love this sport.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the fact that the pro tours are happening. Definitely, like you said, a great thing to be happening for pickleball. So that was a great question from Wes. We actually have another question from Wes. So let's go ahead and play that one.
Second of all, what is your favorite drill that you like to do individually?
All right.
I'm going to let Jennifer answer this one.
All right. Well, actually, I just did a blog post on my favorite drill, which is my one and only favorite drill.
Which is why I thought I'd let her answer it.
So it's sort of like a form of skinny singles, and in fact, I'll do a shout out. So my blog is at allpickleball.com, and I, especially with what's going on now about keeping distance and only maybe playing singles, but it's a form of skinny singles, and it's really realistic in your play of doubles or singles. And so Alex and I actually play it all the time, and I would say that's probably the one that we do all the time.
Well, because it's both of our favorites. So
yeah, and then so it's like, okay, we both did it. Okay, we're done. Let's go to lunch.
We're not.
Yeah. So that, I think that's a good one. And actually, while we're on this, can I do a fun thing and tell everyone that's watching that Alex and I want to give away some free stuff?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
Cool. So what I was thinking is, we're so thankful that you guys, invited us on this, and we get to share a little bit with you. And so all the people that are watching live, if you email me, oh my God, look, there I am. If you email me and tell me you'd like some free stuff, Alex and I will send you, we could maybe send some, maybe we have a paddle, different things. So I'm just going to say of a variety of free stuff. And if you'd like some free stuff and you're tuning in, it's kind of like a give back, because I know everyone's busy, and but we're just stoked that you're joining us. And so, so email me. It has to be today. And send out an email tomorrow of the big winners.
Very cool. That's very awesome that you're doing that. Much appreciated.
Yeah.
I actually do have a follow-up question. You mentioned your blog. How long have you been doing your blog?
Oh, been doing it years. So I kind of actually started blogging when I was a sponsored player with Pickleball Inc., which is out of Seattle. And that was like 2012. And then, and recently they sold off to Pickleball. Kind of just rolled with my allpickleball.com hobby website, and then I just do my blog and posts and things like that. So check it out.
Very nice. So Alex, did you mention the drill, your favorite drill yet?
Oh yeah, I did. It's the same as Jennifer's.
It's the same.
Okay,
we're going for the 2-for-1.
Gotcha. All right, nice. Another reason why you two just gel so well together. That's awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Like why make it drill and be done?
There we go. All right, so we actually have one more question from Wes, and let's go with Wes's final question.
Who knew he was super gross?
I know.
And then number 3, what is your favorite tournament snack? Hope you guys are doing well. Love you guys. Take care. And Alex, yeah.
That is so awesome. Wes knows, like, we celebrate and we put your hands up and you're like, take that.
Oh, that's so funny.
And any of those players that have been around for a few years, they all know our favorite snack.
Yeah, they sure do. And Wes is a great impersonator, so I think you got a pretty good look of what we do right there.
Yeah.
So if you have not been around us too much at a tournament, you would not know, but our favorite snack is peanut M&Ms.
Yes.
And a lot of people think they're not so healthy, and maybe they're not so healthy, but in my opinion, and honestly, that's the one that counts.
Yes.
I think they're great because the peanut gives you the protein, the chocolate, it makes it yummy.
Yeah.
And the hard coating, it doesn't get all melty and all of that. And so the sugar gives you that little short-term burst, the protein, the long-term burst.
Oh.
And maybe I've just made these excuses so I feel better.
Sponsorship. So for years, so we go to Costco, and get like the 5-pound bag. And so I remember like when you're Brian Ashworth and Chris Miller, like, and Wes, and they're like, hey, Jen, like,
and most all of the players.
Yeah. So where are you guys camped out, right? Because we can drive to National, so we bring all the stuff, right? So we find this corner, and so they know where we are, and then in between their games, they too come get a handful of our favorite snack. Yeah. So I think it's a lot of people's favorite snack.
So the fact that it sounds like a 5-pound bag of M&Ms, we don't get to eat that much of it. It's a lot of other players as well.
Yeah, we share.
Nice. Yeah, I do love some peanut M&Ms. I'm not gonna lie, that's one of my favorites as well. So we share that in common. That's good. So maybe I need to start eating those before or while playing pickleball tournaments. Maybe I'll have more success because I don't currently have a lot of success.
So
there you go.
Actually, remember the first time we met Simone, I'm going to say it was at TOC, and it's actually me and a couple other players, our birthdays are the same time. But Simone came up to me and she gave me a little bag of peanut M&Ms, and she's like, "Hi, here's your birthday present." I'm like, "Oh, love you." So anyway, fun stuff.
Awesome. Well, this next question comes from another great player in the world of pickleball. Here's one from Christine Barksdale.
Hi, I'm Christine Barksdale, and I'm excited to be able to ask Jen and Alex a question today. The forefront of my mind is that, women's doubles is typically known as a power, fast-paced game. And really, that's what I attribute to the early success of you guys. You guys really made it what it is. So what I want to know from you today is, what strategy do you recommend players use against an attacking power-type team, such as you guys? And secondly, what drills would you recommend for them? How could they learn how to neutralize in a power-attacking team? And that's what I want to know. I look forward to hearing your answer. Thanks a lot.
Oh, yay, Christine. We've played against Christine a bunch, and I have to say her hair is really getting long.
Yes. I think we've been playing against her forever, actually.
Yeah,
her and Joy.
Joy Lysine.
Lysine would be, we probably played them in the finals a time, the years. So
it seems like she should be answering that question.
There you go. But I love it. So thanks for the question. And so when Alex and I cruised in, we had some tennis background, but we would hit hard, we would charge. In fact, for our first couple of years, I didn't even know how to do a third shot drop. We're always taught, like, if you're doing something and it's working, you just keep on doing it, right? We just keep on blasting it. But then, the players were getting a little tired of maybe losing or whatever. So they're like, okay, we got to figure it out. So then they would absorb our power. And then then I had to learn how to do a third shot drop. And even a dink. Yeah. And I had to embrace the whole dink.
She's still working on that.
Exactly. So it's interesting. So you have to adjust, because you're always going to come along that, is either hard or soft. So that's why you have to have both. But nowadays, I kind of sometimes on social media, I hear people talk about some players that, they hit super hard all the time and this is a new thing. And I just laugh, because we did it, right? And we've been doing it 11 years. But even before we showed up on the scene, there was people doing that same thing. So the whole, drive your third and stuff is not new, not created by us. And it's good to have a good variety of a game.
Yeah, it's, I think, like a little bit of a roller coaster as far as there's driving, there's not driving, there's driving, like the thirds or just a lot of the hard shots.
Right.
Maybe it's being done a little better now. Maybe
more talked about or whatever. But
I guess to answer her question,
that would be important.
I would think just have, balls driven at you and try to absorb them, try to block them, try to, just take the pace off of them and be able to pop them back into the kitchen. And a drill for that is just find somebody who wants to hit hard balls at you.
Right. It's sort of the whole reset, right? Because you always want to give them what they don't want, right? So if you're playing against that banger or whatever you want to call it, you can't give them that. So it's like, okay, so you got to figure out how to get them out of their comfort zone.
Right.
So there you go.
And a good drill for that? Skinny singles.
Oh, wait, we mentioned that. Perfect.
Yeah, I personally love skinny singles. I have a lot of fun with that, and if I ever play skinny singles before full court singles, I feel like I do way better, because I can hone in on my placement skills. So it's just I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, and on that drill too, it's a little bit different because you're not serving from the baseline. So there's a bunch of variations of it. But the whole idea is that you're doing this half court, either straight on or diagonally. But you hit all the shots you need if you're playing singles or doubles. So that's a good one. But thanks again, Christine. Good to see her.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you very much, Christine. Now we have a couple questions from a fellow Pickleball Hall of Famer, And this is from Steve Peranto.
Hey, Alex. Hey, Jennifer. Steve Peranto here. I'm with another pickleball friend, Mark Sendelback. It's raining here for a few days in Oregon, so we're out fishing instead of playing pickleball. Hey, here's my question. This one's for you, Jennifer. You came to town here last year, and we were all excited and set up play for you to come. I think Bonnie set up all the play. And every time we have a well-known pickleball player like you, I get all excited and even nervous to be on the court with them. And I know you've traveled all over the place doing that. Do you ever get anxious and excited when you play with players that kind of have a name for themselves? I mean, you're very well known. And anyway, that was so exciting. And hope you guys are having fun on the Eddie and Webby show. We'll have another question in a minute.
Wow, that's a cool setting to film a question.
Steve always
Right?
has the best settings.
Yeah, I thought he might have his puppet or something cool.
Maybe the next one.
Yeah, that guy is full of talent, by the way. I would say, and you can okay. Then I don't think I ever got nervous because I think from day one. Well, I know from day one that I've always thought of pickleball as just like because I think in life we all have such other serious things going on. Take care of the kids or the house or the parents, or you got your job and just stressed out. So pickleball was always the place to go for your couple hours just to like leave it all behind and just have fun, play the points, laugh, meet up afterwards, have dinner, drinks, whatever, friends. So I kind of keep that in my head, like the tournament, fun destination or a new place to play. And it's I think for me, I just keep it fun. And we've been playing so long. So when we did tournaments like with Christine and Joy and Steve Wong and Chris Miller, and Billy, and there was no prize money. So
Except for nationals.
Except for your $250. Exactly. So sometimes people say, does that stress you out? I'm like, no, because we're in for the money. We're just trying to like do the best we can that day, and then you just go home and you just like feel so good because you like whatever happened, good or bad, you just did the best you could, and then it's just such a fun thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anything to add for Steve on that?
Well, it was your question, so
okay.
I'm good.
Okay, we're good.
All right. So here's question 2 from Steve.
Okay, this question is for both Jennifer and Alex. I'm sure you get to learn new drills, all the different people you play, and work on new things. Are you still trying to improve your game and finding out some new secrets? And if you are, could you tell us what you're working on right now?
You go, Alex.
Gosh, I want to give those secrets away.
Hi. Well, Steve is like the drill king, right?
Yeah.
So we can never compare the variety that he has for sure.
No. And obviously, we have our one favorite drill, so
And if you got one, you really do we need more?
You're covering it all, really. So yeah, I think if you're not always trying to get better at, then you're just complacent, and why even play tournaments at that point? But if you don't play tournaments and you don't want to get better and you just want to have fun, that's totally great too. We're just not necessarily, we want to play tournaments and have fun.
Right.
And part of playing tournaments that makes it fun is winning, at least, winning some. So yeah, so I think we're always trying to get better, and we might see, oh, here's a good one. Ben Johns had put out a video, something about his backhand flick into the right shoulder, something like that. And when we were at the other
doing our drill,
Jennifer's like, one of these days, we're going to work on that Ben Johns flick thing.
Right.
So that is one that is on our bucket list.
I think to try. Yeah. So I think like we're never, I don't think you ever arrive in the sport. I mean, because there's always new tricks or new things or techniques. And as we get older, right, sometimes maybe our knee hurts, or I mean, you have these body sore issues and stuff. So it's always an adjustment, and I think there's always trying new stuff. I think adds to the love of the whole sport.
Yeah.
Awesome. Great answer. And going along with what you said, Alex, like I love the fact that pickleball, like you can constantly grow and be competitive and do the tournament play. But like you said, some people maybe don't want to improve and do tournaments. They just want to play for fun. Mm-hmm. And that's another great thing about pickleball. Like it just depends on what do you want to get out of it. And there's really something for everybody. And I love it. I love that.
It really is. Yeah. And it's so fun no matter how you're doing it. So.
Right. Because, there is, I forget the exact number, but it's a small percentage of us that really do these tournaments, and travel. And then some just stay in their local town, right? And the YMCA might have a little get together or something. But yeah, for the big tournaments and these pro circuits, that's a small thing of the overall population of pickleball lovers.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't know if you saw it on the screen a few seconds ago, but perfect time for this message to show up. Another true professional in pickleball, Byron Fresso. He said, please give a big shout out to my pickleball queens. Jen and Alex are two of the most dynamic players to play the sport. And I agree, Byron.
Nice. All right. Checks in the mail, Byron.
All right. So this next video question. Oh, yeah. I love when Byron is at tournaments. He actually did the announcing during our 2-versus-1 match when we did Eddie and Webby versus Kyle Yates.
It was more like heckling
than announcing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was more like heckling. He pretty much just made fun of us the whole time because we were getting stomped by Kyle Yates.
Nice.
But awesome experience. But let's go ahead and move on to our next video question, and this comes from Joe Valenti.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Thanks for having me on, guys. Not sure I'm a pro. I'm more of a semi-pro at this point. Jennifer, Lucore, and Alex Hamner, great to see you guys in sunny California. I'm in the 585, Rochester, New York right now. Quick question for you. Jennifer, in 2015, you and I played an epic mixed singles match on the first ever pickleball court on Bainbridge Island. Since then, what are the most memorable courts or location you guys have played at? Thanks a lot, guys. Love the show.
Hey, Joe. We love Joe. Oh my God, that's
so fun to see him.
That's going back in the history books. That guy, he's full of energy and positive vibes for sure out of Rochester, New York. But so Joe and I, we were doing one of the indoor SeaTac tournaments, and we had I think it was on a Friday, and Joe and I were like, let's drive to Bainbridge Island and see if we could find the original court, right? Because there's no map to it, right? It's on private property. And so made a few calls, blah, 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 and we show up, and then Joe had his video stuff, and so he has got this great video of us playing on court, which is, is the asphalt is from 1930, right? The original court. So it's a little porous, and there's some trees and some obstacles in the way.
Just a few.
Yeah, and we had the best day, and traveling with Joe is awesome, and we definitely miss not seeing him. So I can't top that location, and you've been there several times.
Yeah, the only one that would come close would be Barney's court.
Right.
Barney McCallum, the other, or another of the three founders, and his Bainbridge house is about 5 houses down, and he's got a court there, and we really enjoy playing there.
Right. Same, hidden within the trees, and such historic. You just look there and you can just remember, in the 60s, 70s, all the years and all the fun they've had there. So those are definitely two important places.
Nice. Yeah, that must have been incredible to play, like where pickleball was born. I mean, like how did that feel being there?
Yeah. In fact, so when you
awesome.
said, when Joe and I showed up, right, because that was our first time ever there, and I got on my knees and I totally kissed the court, because it's kind of like Mecca. Because when you just love something, you're like, you look around, and you're like, oh my gosh, this is where it started, and we are totally in that location.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I've seen the video. I went down the YouTube wormhole not too long ago. Like I looked both of you up on YouTube. I always like to research our guests before they come on, and that was one of the videos I watched. And that's so cool that you guys got to play on that court. That is so cool.
Right. Another fun time on that court, though, is in 2015. It was the 50th anniversary. Do I have the right year? Of pickleball.
Yeah.
And friends with Barney until he passed away late last year. But we went up to visit him like we would do. And Jennifer and I went to the store and bought a birthday cake.
Yeah.
And we took Barney and the birthday cake and we went to the original court and lit the candles and sang a little happy birthday to pickleball on the original court. That was pretty cool.
That is cool. I had my selfie stick, I was kind of new at it, whereas then, the teenagers knew. Barney, like, look up. He's like, what's that camera doing? And so we have actually 2 versions of it, and we sang it, and that'll be special in our heart forever. Yeah.
Awesome. So our next question actually comes from another Pickleball Hall of Famer. We don't have a video, but he sent us a really nice text message of a question for you. And this is from Yoda, aka Mark Friedenberg.
Yoda.
And he says, there are many great individual players that team up but do not gel together. You both have won countless championships together. What is your secret to gelling together? Why are you so successful? When you are down, what do you say or tell each other? Do you talk strategies? Do you tell jokes to relieve the tension? Let us know your secrets to championship play. It's a very loaded question, but a great one. Thank you, Mark.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, Yoda, we got to meet him early on, and he knew my parents. And, he's in the Hall of Fame. So that guy's done a ton of the sport. So definitely a shout out to that.
Yeah. And he's so funny. And his one question there was about 6. Did you notice? I got to play in a tournament with Yoda one time, and that was a story because
that's another. We need to come back. We have so many stories. Yeah.
But about the gelling thing, let's just cut to the chase. I think we just got lucky. We met 20 years ago or so. By playing tennis. Jennifer joined the tennis club I was at, and the pro said, hey, call this girl. So he did. And we started playing league as a team. And we just haven't stopped playing as a team from then. And so, when we get ourselves into trouble, we dig ourselves in a hole on the pickleball court or whatever, we can be a little bit, maybe pretty honest with each other, like, hey, pull your head out, or
she's like, your apex is looking a little off.
Yeah.
Because my drop shot was really a volley, right? So like, oh yeah, okay.
Maybe you want to go back to driving that third.
Yeah.
So just stuff like that, we just make fun of each other, and we figure we'll get out of it one way or another.
Right.
And
there's always dinner and wine at the end, like whatever happens.
Yeah, pretty much. We just figure every time we walk off the court, we just won the match, so it's all good.
Yeah, exactly. And sometimes I remember, like, we're talking. Someone asked me, "Oh my gosh, I saw you guys talking." It was a timeout from the other team. What were you guys talking about? And I'm like, we were actually talking about what we wanted for lunch. Things are important. So,
did you remember to pack the Triscuits?
Yeah. Where's the M&Ms? So I mean, we do some strategy, but I would say, well, I kind of play by the seat of my pants sort of thing. But there is strategy here and there, and
usually many times doesn't go well. Hit to the girl in white. Next 3 balls go to the one in pink. Or like,
I'm pretty sure I said white. It's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll try next time. Yeah. So we just kind of talk it through, and because we know what needs to be done, but sometimes one person might get in a hole, a couple points or whatever, and so you kind of try to adjust and say, instead of dropping it one, we just drive it, to kind of get out of that hump. But yeah, I mean, any kind of negativity doesn't matter who you're playing with, never helps. So, and we've never had that. So it's more of more humor and again, staying with that whole fun factor.
Awesome. Great stuff. This next question comes from a couple of very special people. They are longtime pickleball instructors and ambassadors, and they actually just so happen to be Jennifer's parents. So here's a question from Beverly and Bob Youngren.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for asking us on your podcast. Have a question for Jennifer and Alex. Your pregame routines are really important. I've been in the car with you early in the morning when you have an 8 a.m. match. I think the viewers would get a kick out of the music that you listen to get you pumped up. Because once we arrive to the venue, it sometimes spills out into the parking lot. So maybe you can share with us your playlist.
Oh my gosh. So Mom and Dad are everywhere.
It's so great that that I get along so well with Jennifer's parents as well, because we've spent a lot of time together at tournaments. And back in the day when Jennifer and I were still playing tennis, Bev also played, and my mom played. And so we did a little mother-daughter doubles match. And so that was a lot of fun. Anyways, about the music, music's good for pumping you up, and a lot of times the louder. So we will oftentimes really rock it in the car on the way to a venue. I of course don't know the music,
Right. So when we say rock it, right? So we have the same playlist from forever ago, right? So, but I could say like the Black Eyed Peas, the Let's Get It Started, and I Got a Feeling pretty much would play over and over, and we would have that on.
Rocket, but
but then
it would be loud.
Yeah, and it was about tonight's the night and we're gonna win, and then then maybe We Are the Champions kind of got through in there. So pretty much if you just play those three songs over and over throughout the day, you too can win
4 nationals in a row.
Yeah, but nice. I think my mom it's like 6:30 in the morning, right? So we're driving to the venue, and we just got the music going, and we're in our seat. Ready, and she's just like, oh my gosh. I go, oh, we do this every day, so fun.
And Bev would be talking because not
because she's social,
like mother, like daughter, and and she would try to talk over the music, and like turn it up, can't hear you, Bev, music's too loud.
Can't hear it.
Nice.
Yeah. So anyway, that's kind of cute that my parents did that.
Yeah,
so,
that's fun.
Yeah,
love them.
Yeah. There's a lot of, it's kind of neat with so many years, like lots of parents, like Christine Barkstar. I was just thinking of
her
like
dad. Yeah.
her parents, and then we'd all show up at the end, having dinner, and we all played each other all day. So it's cool to have all the family around you for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that wasn't the only question. We got one more, and this one's from
Oh my
Bob
God,
Youngren.
one more.
And I have just a real short question. First of all, I miss you both. But I thought maybe the viewers would want to know, since you were both, I thought, outstanding tennis players, what made you switch from tennis to pickleball?
Great
nice.
question.
Look at Dad talking.
I know, that's really quite amazing.
And we'll almost make Alex
almost
cry. Yeah, because Alex is like family. So in fact, my dad at tournaments would say, both my daughters.
Yeah,
and they're
my daughters are in the finals.
Yeah, and they're like, Alex, yeah. And so yeah, we adopted her years ago.
Yeah, we'll do some clinics sometimes with Bob and Bev, and Bob will start talking like that, and I didn't know you guys are sisters, but I see the resemblance.
Exactly. They're like, yeah,
we're not. So, but thanks.
Yeah.
What was the question?
I don't know. Dad,
what made us stop playing tennis?
Yeah. It was their fault. I think we already shared that.
Yeah, pretty much. That and once like the tournaments, proved to be just a lot of fun and worthwhile. There just kind of became no time to play both.
Right.
With having,
working and
kids that, were still at home.
From soccer carpool and
baseball,
speech and debate and then working. And so we had to pick one, and pickleball won. So
whoop, whoop.
There you go. So
Nice.
Good question,
hey,
Bob.
while we're still
those were
here,
awesome questions.
so the people that are still live, because I know people maybe pop back but if you're checking it out right now, if you want some free stuff, like a free paddle, free stuff, Alex and I thought we'd give away some stuff. So if you're tuning in today, then you can email me. Oh my God, look, Jennifer, email me and tell me that you want some free stuff. And then tomorrow we'll shoot out an email to the winners and stuff. But if you're checking out this video next week or next year, then it doesn't count. So it's only for today. But I thought it'd be fun because, again, I wanted to, for you tuning in.
Spending your time with us, we appreciate that.
Yeah, and we like to give away free stuff.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's right. And to everybody tuning in, especially after the fact, you need to start tuning in live because you never know when you're going to get a prize for watching live.
Exactly. Little present.
That's right. All right, so we still got a few more questions from the pros here, so let's move right along. This next one comes from our very good friend, Irina Tereshchenko.
Hey, Eddie and Webby. Hello, Alex and Jennifer. Chris Miller and Irina Tereshchenko are here to ask you a few questions. First of all, Jennifer, a question for you. I know you played with Chris Miller for a while, and I also had the privilege and an honor to play with Chris for almost 4 years. So maybe you can tell us about your experience of playing with Chris Miller.
Nice.
Maybe. Just tell the truth, Jennifer.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Look how they were just sitting there so nicely.
Love Chris and Irina. Those two are hilarious.
Yeah.
I can't believe they lasted 4 years as a team.
Because I only made it for 3 years.
Yeah.
So
3 years too many.
Yeah. No, it was an awesome ride because as I shared a couple times, Chris wasn't available so often because the job he did, he pretty much had the summer off. Then I had the opportunity to go to Canada and do some different traveling because it's like not fun traveling on your own. I don't know.
No,
I think
true.
So that's why I keep her around. But yeah, Chris and I would go to a bunch of tournaments, and in fact, Joe Valini, who tuned in earlier, he would come. So like the three of us did a bunch of stuff together on travels and tournaments. And it's just so much fun memories and stuff. So and I would say Chris is he's probably the most passionate pickleball player I know. I mean, this guy, he lives for pickleball. And so we kind of learned some of that passion and loving the sport. And usually it's like us driving and him and Brian in the back seat for years of different, like going to tournaments.
Rooming together and
sharing whatever. But a good ride, and I learned lots of pickleball stuff.
Because, of course, Chris has been playing for 30
forever.
years or something now.
Forever. I think like 60 years.
At least.
At least. I think he's been playing about 60 years.
Nice. Well, we got another question here. This is from Irina for Alex this time.
Alex, a question for you would be, I've played you many times, and first time I played you was at TOC, I think maybe 2016, and you already earning me in doubles. So my question to you is, was that you who taught Tyler Loong how to ernie so well?
Ooh.
Oh, good question.
Irina, that's so good. Yes.
I'd say yes.
Actually, I pretty much taught Tyler everything he knows.
Yeah.
So it's he's lucky that he got partnered up with me when Wes had to pull out of a Grand Canyon State Games a few years ago. So Tyler, you're welcome.
Yeah. Okay, so Irina, so TOC, I had a friend there, Luba, who what's the language? The Russian, sorry. So Luba knows Russian too, right? So you can't cuss, and the ref would, you'd get in trouble. Although I don't know, Miller never got in trouble. But so Irina's cussing in Russian, and Luba's who's watching, spectator, is like just laughing because she's like, oh my gosh, she's saying it all. But of course we don't know Russian, so Irina got away with it. Probably a few tournaments, so that one for sure.
Yeah, we would look at Luba and she's like, oh yeah, no, she should be called out for that. But of course, nothing ever happens. So.
Yeah.
Nice. All right, we got a question from Chris Miller for Alex now. Let's go ahead and play that one.
Alex, we play so much against each other. We never played together, actually. Maybe someday. Do you have a fond memory of the game, who we played, what match it was, what we played against each other? Because I know I was part of Jen. I know you played with Tony Negretti once. We played a lot of battles, so it was really nice.
Nice.
True story.
Oh my God, this could last forever.
I'll try to make it, the story's good. And no, Chris, we probably won't ever play together, but thanks for asking again. So yeah, I think the tournament Chris was asking or is referring to was out in the California desert, and you may not be aware, but my visor that I wear is a little bit on the large side. And
they probably know that because it's the only visor she wears, and it's like huge.
And if I don't have it on, no one knows who I am. So,
right.
And Miller would always give me crap for that. So we were playing in this tournament. I was playing with Tony Negretti, and Miller had said to me, "You can't hit me. You can never hit me. If you hit me, I will play with your hat on." And this is in the finals of, the mixed doubles, obviously. So we're playing along, la, la, la. I hit a ball, and it hits him in the foot. And I say, "Chris, what just happened?" And he's like, "Nothing." I said, "I hit you," and I take my hat off, and I said, "Wear my hat." And he wouldn't do it. And so we get in this full-blown...
Other people are looking our way, like, what's happening?
The referee has no idea what... Because the match is just going along, and then all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. And I take the hat, and I throw it at him, and Tony, my partner, says, "Wear the damn hat, Miller!" And Jennifer looks at him and says, "You're not putting that hat on."
I did?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure I didn't say that.
Oh my God.
No.
You totally...
I don't remember that.
Anyways,
maybe we were ahead and we almost won.
It resolved by Miller, of course, not wearing the hat because he claimed hitting him on the foot didn't matter. It had to hit him in the chest.
He was whining.
Like he does.
Yeah.
So... No, he didn't wear it, but that would be my most fond memory of playing against Chris Miller.
There you go.
Awesome.
Love you, Chris.
Good stuff. So we just have 2 more questions, but before we get to the last 2, I do want to do one more from Chris Miller. This one's for Jennifer.
I actually found some old stuff. Jennifer, do you remember you won a gold medal with this battle? Do you know what year it was and who it was with?
Oh, wow.
It must have been me.
Yeah, I don't remember the paddle, like the paddle connected to a tournament though. I do. So we rolled with the champion and we went to the legacies. So because Chris is asking, I'm going to say when we were on the medal stand for mixed at nationals
or CTEC.
Yeah. Do we know do we have an answer?
Yeah, does he know the answer?
We actually do. We do have an answer,
Okay.
so here's Chris Miller with the answer.
Okay.
So the answer to the question, and you have a nice paddle here, you can probably see it here. It was with Alex, I believe, because it says women's gold, and I have your autograph signature, and it's funny that I have it, and it's a pretty cool paddle, and if you need it back, you let me know, I'll get it back to you.
Actually, Jennifer, my first paddle was one just like this, navy blue one. Chris Miller gave it to me, and it also had your signature, so...
That's right.
Pretty interesting fact.
Hey,
right
does this bring back memories or what? You can probably talk about this for a while too. And a shout out to my sponsor, Power Balance. I got to do it. All right, guys.
Oh my God, that is so funny.
That is classic.
Yeah,
That's great.
that signed one is like priceless. Like I have this one I was gonna tote for fun. Like I was thinking about going back to the old wooden. This is a swinger with a little cord on that. So
nice.
Oh, that's funny, Chris and Irina. Yeah. In fact, I remember Irina's like, okay, she got talked into playing. Okay, I'll play. Just give me a paddle. And then Miller's like, okay, Jen, give me some of your paddles. So there's like, there. Oh, thank you guys for putting in those questions. That was very cool of you too.
I know we're running out of time, but there's 2 very special questions. I wanted to try to get to those real quick. Hopefully you guys can stick around for those 2. Here's one from Tyler Loong.
Alex and Jen, my two favorite people. Hope you guys are doing well. So this question is more geared towards Alex, since I'm her favorite mixed doubles partner, and Jennifer Lucore does not like to play with me. She has actually never asked me to play. So this question is for you, Alex. Obviously, when we play doubles, we have to play down low with the younger people. I think I also have heard you say you enjoy doing that. What is the difference between playing with the seniors pros versus the younger pros, and why do you enjoy playing with the younger pros so much?
Wow, Tyler, that's the guy that you taught, remember?
Yes.
That is an awesome question.
It is, and Tyler's an awesome guy. We've been partners for a couple years. I think it's pretty much come to an end, but Tyler and I are still sponsored by Vulcan together, so that's cool. Not completely gone from my life. What I like about playing against the younger crowd is I don't get to do it. In tournaments, if I play in seniors, and a lot of those younger kids are kind of fun. I think that's a lot of fun, and of course, playing with Tyler is amazing.
That guy's got some game. He's got so many fancy shots.
Oh, yeah.
He's so fast. Yeah, he's a total stud.
Yeah, and it's so fun. He's so just exciting to watch that being on the court, with him is a lot of fun.
Right. In fact, I'm going to butt in like I do. I remember the last U.S. Open watching you guys on the center court, got really far, and I kept thinking, oh my God, Alex is, I don't know how old, she's really a senior, and he's not. And they were going through the young teams, and they won again because you were in the loser bracket, and you kept winning, and it was just like, it was so awesome for the senior crowd to think like, you know what, we can hang in the under 50 and teams, and you did awesome.
Yeah,
So-
it was a lot of fun because people would come up to me afterwards, which is very nice, to tell me how well I had done, or
hung in there,
yay for me for hanging in.
Right.
And I would laugh because Tyler is literally half my age, and my kids are just a few years younger than he is. So I would maybe call him my third child sometimes. But it was fun.
It was very cool. Thanks
we really like hanging out with Tyler.
Yeah, that'll continue. But thanks for the question.
Yeah, thank you, Tyler. That was a great question. And I met Tyler last year at last year's Beer City Open in Grand Rapids, Michigan. And it's awesome watching him play. He's a very entertaining player to watch. So before we say goodbye to you guys, we do have one final question here, and this comes from none other than Simone Jardim.
Hi, Jen and Alex. First of all, miss you guys. I can't believe that we haven't seen each other in such a long time, probably since Nationals. But anyways, looking forward to seeing you guys soon. I wanted to say that I have a question for you guys. I'll get to it eventually. But first, I just wanted to say how much I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. Since day one when I came into pickleball, you were both extremely supportive of me and extremely nice. Alex even coached me a little bit, and we just got to know each other, and I am very honored and privileged to be your friend. I watched pickleball before I came into the world of pickleball, and I watched a bunch of you guys' videos and all of your championships and everything that you accomplished so far. And I know that you have lots more in store. But one thing that I loved was one time I watched you guys on the road or doing something like that. And I wanted to see if you guys could share some of the stories that you have had while getting on the road together and, packing up and going places. Anything I would love to hear. I think your guys are amazing, and I love you and miss you so much. See you soon. Bye.
Kiss back.
Oh, wow.
Love you so much, Simone.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Yeah. Look, so not only did we help Tyler get to where he is,
and we coached Simone.
Yeah, and we've coached Simone.
And she watched all our videos. Oh, that's so sweet for those words. But I mean, just like, yeah, meeting people. I mean, I don't know. We don't got time for crabby people. So you got to have fun and welcoming, all the new. And oh my God, talk about a superstar. She's plugging away and making it,
truly amazing.
Yeah. So road trips. We've had a lot of road trips. So we're kind of like it's the journey, not the destination. Or, I mean, we crack ourselves. So nationals, nationals now is like a couple hours away at Indian Wells from where we live, but it's a little road trip. But we'll stop and do funny things and take selfies and just like be in our own little world, cracking us up. Like you think we're like teenagers, but we're not.
What? I pretty much always drive.
Yeah. Princess, she gets car sick. So she drives and I just look out the window and
she
tell
tells
her
me
where
to go. Yeah, like always.
So it's like a perfect team.
And she'll say, wait, stop, pull over here. So I do that. And I'm like, why? What's going on? I want to get a picture of that.
We got to take a picture. Selfie.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. We just have fun. I mean, even like I'm thinking, you go to the store in town, right? So we're like cruising and of course we have to get our pickles. And so I'm like, oh, wait, photo shoot in the pickle section. So like it's like 11 o'clock at night. I'm on the ground in the aisle of the grocery store. And I said, pick up this one. So, cause it's all pickles. And I'm like, this will be a good picture for my blog or,
so I'll be the pickle model.
So she's very obedient. And anyway, yeah. I think all our journeys on the airplane and we run 1 second story. We run into Marcin and we're on the same airplane as him and he's like 10 seats ahead of us.
Marcin Rospetsky, make sure people know who you're talking about.
Thank you.
All those Marcins in the pickleball world.
Yeah. And we tell the stewardess that, there's this really famous guy up there and we would love to get his autograph, but we're too shy.
And he's so good looking, we're just too nervous to approach him.
Right. So then she's like, okay. So she says, let me have your. So she goes and gets his autograph. Well, he looks back because he doesn't know we're on the same plane. And we're giggling and we're like ducking underneath the seats. And so he writes us this message and she brings it back knowing that like this is kind of a joke now. She didn't say anything. She just kind of flipped us the paper and she walked by. And so it was in, do you remember what it said?
Polish. It was in Polish.
Yes. So I had to get my Google Translate out.
Yeah.
And what did you remember what it said?
Well, he'd written us a very heartfelt note that we could kiss his butt.
Yes. So we've been buddies ever. So we get off the plane and we're laughing. So we're total jokesters. Probably with Miller, we've done a ton of pranks and because you gotta.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. I could listen to you guys talk all day. I could ask you questions for hours. But unfortunately, I see our producer is giving us the signal that it's time to start wrapping things up. So we're definitely going to have to do a round 2 and have you guys back on. I know Eddie and I have a bunch of questions for you. We could do like a Q&A session with everybody tuning in live. I know we could easily have gone on for hours, but I know you guys have places you need to be. So before we wrap up and say goodbye, is there anything you want to tell everybody that's tuning in, like how to follow you guys or anything you want to say?
Well, I want to say thanks for tuning in and watching. Yes. And some people over the years, like Jeannie Stasny's a good one. She's always been.
Oh my God,
so
the list
great.
is long. We don't have time for that list.
No, true. But we appreciate that. And we do. We love the sport. And meeting new people and hanging out with this one's okay.
So. Sherry Keith, I see that just popped up. Yeah,
nice, Sherry.
Yeah. So I know Alex has her little Instagram. I have mine. We're on Facebook, and then I have my fun website, which also has I didn't even talk about, but the history of pickleball. More than 50 years of fun book. So that's on there, and that's also.
You mean this book right here?
Yeah.
Or this one, I don't know.
Wait, or this one.
Or it could be that one too.
Anyway, so my mom and I wrote that one, and it's kind of cool because it's the only history book on our sport. So it's definitely a good read or a good gift. So that would be a shout out on that.
Worthwhile endeavor reading that book.
Oh yeah, and I got to say, I just purchased that book a week ago. I'm about halfway through it. I am absolutely loving it. Like I kid you not, anybody who loves pickleball and wants to know about the history of it, do yourself a favor, get that book. I love a good documentary. I love a good backstory, and definitely this book. This is awesome because I mean it covers everything. Like it's got like timelines of when the biggest things happened in the history of pickleball. Jen and Alex both spent time with Barney McCallum, and there's in-depth stories about things that happened with Barney and his recollection of how things went down. I mean, it's awesome. You guys have got to check it out.
Thank you.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, I cannot thank you guys enough for joining us tonight. This has been awesome. I cannot wait to have you guys back on again on a future episode so we can dive into more things, talk about some stuff that was in this book, because I have a bunch of questions just about stuff that happened in this book that I want to go over. So yeah, we are definitely going to have you guys back on. If you guys, anybody tuning in, if you ever want to get a good education on pickleball, just look up Jennifer and Alex on YouTube, and you're going to find some great instructional videos. You're going to see some awesome matches, and yeah, I mean, you could get sucked in a YouTube wormhole for many hours just watching stuff that you guys have done on YouTube.
Well, thanks. But I think it's very cool, all those pros. So thanks. That's very cool that you guys all spent the time and did your little video. Love it.
Yeah, thanks a lot, you guys, and hope to see you soon.
Yes,
at least TOC, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And thanks to Eddie and Webby for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, well, thank you guys. I mean, you made this show definitely one of our best, and I can't wait to rewatch it. And like, I feel like I can learn something by rewatching this episode. And everybody tuning in, do not forget, if you want to win something, all you got to do is send Jennifer an email. And I wish we had a way to put the email on the screen. Wait a second, there it is.
Oh. Yay!
So nice. Jennifer at allpickleball.com. All you got to do is send her an email, but it's got to be tonight. So this is a reward for anybody tuning in live. Send an email to that email address, and you might win something from Jennifer.
And Alex.
Yeah.
And Alex.
You know, we're a team.
That's right.
I can't get...
She hasn't even tried. Don't let her fool you.
Awesome. But seriously, we cannot thank you two enough. And thank you for being here with us. And we can't wait to see you again. And hope you guys have a great night.
Cheers.
You guys too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, cheers. Unfortunately, my glass is empty, but I'll be refilling. Yeah, an empty glass cheers. There we go. Cheers.
Yes. They sound good. That's all right. Ours are empty.
Oh, that sounded good. That sounded really good.
Fine.
All right. Have a good night. I think I don't know, Eddie, are you there? Are you still with us? There he is.
I'm still here. I was waiting for the official goodbye, but I felt like everybody was just taking their time, and it was like one of those I wasn't sure. So
I do feel like we were having a moment there too. So I do appreciate you letting me have that moment with them. I'm sorry that you weren't on the screen much during this episode.
That's okay. Honestly, I mean, for those guys out there, like there's a lot of production that goes into this, and it's just Webby and me. So one of us really has to man a lot of these controls, social media, make sure we're playing the videos in order. It takes a lot of work. So a lot of times it's kind of a relief, and I like when you just go and run with everything. So I think it worked out really well.
That was so much fun though. Like, man, talk about a couple of epic people in the sport of pickleball. I mean, they're amazing players. They are super down to earth, super fun. I mean, how much fun would it be to hang out with them at a tournament?
Yeah, I would love to be able to have a couple drinks, maybe listen to some stories, because I bet you they have some really good stories, and probably some of them that they wouldn't want to share live on a podcast too. So I hope we get the opportunity to hang out with them and get some of those good stories out of them.
Man, I definitely am looking forward to the day when Eddie and Webby meet Alex and Jennifer in person. Right. It's just going to be magic, and we could do some kind of fun video. I feel like it doesn't matter what we do a video of, it's going to be magic with the four of us together.
I agree. Great job, Webby. I think that was awesome. I hope all of you guys out there really enjoyed it. As we mentioned at the beginning of the show, we're going to be doing Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby tonight. I know you guys have been on the edge of your seat wondering when it was going to come back. Tonight's the night. Right, Webby?
Oh, yeah. Tonight is the night.
That's right. So if you guys actually want to come on that show, go ahead and send us a direct message through maybe Facebook. And if things work out, we might be able to even get you on. So you might have the opportunity to be live on Dinking Around with Eddie and Webby, the #1 post podcast in pickleball. Might be the only post podcast in pickleball.
Right?
Yeah. Anything else we want to cover tonight before we end the show and go to Dinking Around, Webby?
No, I think that's it. That was a super fun episode. And rest assured, we will have Alex and Jennifer back on. And I feel like we'll just focus on Eddie and I asking questions, you guys all asking questions, and it's going to be a great time.
That's right. Wonderful show. I definitely hope we get them back on again. I would be excited to be able to have more conversation with them. But fortunately, we have a ton of pros that are willing to submit questions for other pros, which is great because I love that Pros Asking Pros Questions segment. It's a good one. So on that note, wait a minute. I'm not there yet. This was episode number 68. We want to thank all 68 of you listeners out there. You know who you are. We love you to bits. Kiss you on the lips. And on that note, I'm Eddie.
And until next time, this is Webby, not Eddie, signing off.
See ya.